In January 2017, shortly after taking office for the first time, President Donald Trump had already issued 19 executive actions, and this paper dubbed him Don Nonstop. To which second-term Trump says, "Hold my Diet Coke." The MSNBC hosts had barely dried their tears before the president-elect was nominating almost his entire cabinet. He rightly sees his thumping victory in both the Electoral College and popular vote and a mandate, make that a plea, from the people to reverse the disastrous 4 years of the Joe Biden-Kamala Harris administration. His choice of Tom Homan as Border Czar shows he's serious about stopping the dangerous, out-of-control migrant crisis. He'll have a steady hand at the tiller with Chief of Staff Susie Wiles and smart operators in Marco Rubio as Secretary of State and Doug Burgum as Energy Czar. Rumor has it that Mark Rowan, CEO of Apollo Global Management, is a possibility for Treasury, but others in the mix sound good too. At least they won't pursue the free money, high inflation, no growth policies of the Biden years. And 3 cheers for the Department of Government Efficiency. The bloated federal government needs outsiders like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to pop open the hood and see what can be fixed, streamlined, or chucked. And if they give New York Times opinion writers the vapors, even better. Lasting impact. It's a strong team, and one that, for the most part, the Senate will have no issue confirming. Which is why Trump shouldn't be so insistent that recess appointments be used to install his choices. The recess loophole was introduced at a time before airplanes and telephones, a necessity for making sure the government didn't grind to a halt because the Senate was scattered across our fledgling nation. It was not meant to bypass the constitutional balance of powers or prevent the Senate from saving a president from himself. A mass recess appointment won't save much time and creates a dangerous precedent. What will happen when an incoming Democratic president wants to install Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as Secretary of the Treasury? It's bad enough we had Alejandro Mayorkas as Biden's gormless Homeland Security Secretary. What happens when all guardrails are removed? We can predict what Trump's answer might be: someone else's problem. But he should consider how the needless battles of today can impact him and his legacy tomorrow. Rethink these picks. Which brings us to the reason Trump is pushing so hard for recess appointments: Matt Gaetz and Tulsi Gabbard. While most of the cabinet picks have been excellent, and some of them risky but promising, Gaetz and Gabbard are dreadful. We plead that he rethink them. That they're distracting chaos agents who won't accomplish what Trump wants them to and will most likely backfire on his agenda. Start with Gabbard, Trump's nominee for Director of National Intelligence. We can see the affinity. Trump opposed the Iraq War and wants to limit our foreign escapades, as does she. But Trump also understands Teddy Roosevelt's maxim of speaking softly while carrying a big stick. He pulled out of the toothless Iran nuclear deal, then killed Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian agent who was fomenting terrorism through the region. Gabbard backed the Iran deal and said the Soleimani killing undermined our national security. She's been sympathetic to dictators in Syria and Russia, instead blaming the victims of violence like Ukraine and Israel. She's speaking softly and carrying no stick. There's a real fear that Gabbard won't provide Trump with the intelligence he needs, but rather downplay threats with the intention of isolationism. Trump has shown that he can balance the demands of a threatening world while working to avoid dragging America into another unnecessary war. He can only do that if he's given frank assessments by a dispassionate intelligence officer. Tulsi Gabbard is not that person.